Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my gaming reviews. Well, this ain't really an episode, but I'm here to review another game real quick, and that is the final expansion of the Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, I've reviewed Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I reviewed the Islands of Armor. I will put them up in the cards if you haven't seen them. So, I did review the original Sword and Shield, and I reviewed the first DLC, the Island of Armor. So today, I am going to be reviewing to you guys Part 2 and the final part, the Crown Tundra. I'll be talking about the Crown Tundra today. So, what did I think of the Crown Tundra? Now, when I reacted to the original trailers of these games, I immediately said, I immediately predicted that the Crown Tundra was going to be miles better than the Islands of Armor. And if you guys saw my review about the Island of Armor, I said I really didn't enjoy it that much. And I'm gonna tell you guys, I did not feel that way about Crown Tundra. I really enjoyed the Crown Tundra. The Crown Tundra was so good. It was so good. It was just, to me, I just liked it a lot more because it's based around the legendaries, the new legendary birds, which were a real pain. They were a real pain to do. The Reggies and Calyrex, the new legendary, and his noble steed, as I like to call him in my videos. And I also did like a complete playthrough of the Crown Tundra as well. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll probably link that in the description somewhere, or maybe I'll make it a pinned comment or something. I don't know. I'll think of something if you guys haven't seen it yet. But overall, I personally liked it. It was definitely really fun. So I'll get into detail. So I'll get into more details. So you begin the Crown Tundra running into Peony, who is the guy who's going to be the main person that you're going to be working with, and he has a daughter. Now her name is Piana. Her full name is Piana. I think that's how you pronounce her full name. But Peony called her by what he always calls her. And I cracked up laughing when I realized it. He calls her Naya. Spelt the same way as the one from WWE. And when I heard the name Naya, of course I had to make a Nia Jax reference. I'm not like most girls who always changes what they're given like a plastic little princess. Of course, I had to. I mean, like, how can I not hear the name Naya and not think of Nia Jax? How can I not look at that name and not think Nia Jax? I just called her Naya, even though her full name is Piana or something like that. I just called her Naya, just because it was just so funny to call her. It just felt so damn funny to hear a person in this game named after a wrestler. Now, clearly that's not what they were going for. They clearly were not naming her specifically after the wrestler Nia Jax. But when I hear the name Naya, I immediately think of Nia Jax. The Crown Tundra, I think, is based on Scotland. I think. I don't quote me on this. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that the Crown Tundra is kind of based on Scotland, while the Galar region, the main Galar region, was based on England. And yes, that was definitely true. It was based on England. But I'm not 100% sure if the Crown Tundra is based on Scotland. So don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on it. I just heard, that's just what people have told me. So after meeting Naya and Peony, you have a battle with Peony. He's pretty strong. He's got steel types, but I didn't have much problems. I had a refreshed new team. for the adventure. I didn't want to use my level 100s. And you go to this new place called Max Lairs, where you bunch a whole bunch of Dynamax Pokemon. This is one of the new features. It's just where you go on Dynamax adventures. Dynamax adventures. Or something like that. I was trying to think of a song, but I lost it. But yeah, you go on this Dynamax adventures, and you go around, you catch Dynamax Pokemon, and once you get to the end of the den, you battle a legendary Pokemon. Now, I'm pretty sure this is for everybody. My first legendary was Suicune. I'm very sure everybody's first legendary was Suicune. Like people that I've seen play this game, they all got Suicune. So I'm very sure that Suicune will always be the first legendary of the Dynamax Adventures. I went back to it later because I wanted to focus on the main adventure. So the first plot point, there are 3 parts. There are 3 storyline parts. There's one about Calyrex, there's one about the Reggies, and there's one about the legendary birds. So I did the Calyrex story first, and I actually liked the Calyrex story. Now, if you guys don't know what the hell Calyrex is one of the new legendary Pokemon. And he was once king. This legendary Pokemon was once the king of the Crown Tundra. Not sure if it was the king of Galar, but I'm pretty sure it was the king of the Crown Tundra. So, and it can possess a body. Yep. Calyrex can use its psychic powers to possess a person's body and talk to you verbally, like I am. So he asks for your help. He asks for your help to help him restore the memory of him. And the way you help him is that you grab his crown. Like there was this little statue on the outside. You get his crown and you put it on the statue because the statue lost its crown. And that's when you first meet him. So you need to help him. Like you need to help him find his noble steed, which can either be Glacier or something like that. I've forgotten the names. Of them, but one of them is one noble steed horse is an ice type, and the other one is a ghost type. So I picked the ice one because I thought it was a lot cooler. And so yeah, once you restore his legendary status, you go to his palace. He meets you there, and you help him get this cloth thing. Forgotten the name of it. And you help him get his horse back, and he gets his horse back, and Calyrex, feels much better now because you helped him restore what he used to be, the king of the Crown Tundra. And then you end up catching him. He's level 80, and I successfully caught him. Obviously, if you saw my playthrough, you would know. And damn, oh damn, he is a one tough cookie. He's very powerful too. So make sure your Pokemon are ready for it. The next one I did was was it the birds or was it the Reggies? I can't remember exactly which the order I did them in. Hang on, let me have a look for a sec. I did the birds next. I had to check my playlist to be 100% sure. So I did the legendary birds next. Articuno I never caught on camera because I didn't figure out how to get him. But I did eventually get him. And so I was able to catch Zapdos and Moltres on camera, but not Articuno. But I did catch him though. I also had like a bunch of Master Balls. Yes, I know you're not supposed to have them. I had to explain it in my videos that I was doing a bunch of Wonder Trades before the Crown Tundra came out. When I had the online access, I was doing like a whole bunch of trades, and I was like getting these rare Pokemon, and people like sending me like rare Pokemon, and they were holding Master Balls. Yeah, that's what happened. Like people were just, because like you got this Wonder Trade system where you can like trade Pokemon with random people, and I was just getting these rare shiny Pokemon, which were clearly hacked. Like they had like these, like they were clearly hacked Pokemon, and they were like holding Master Balls and stuff. So yeah, that's basically how I got all those Master Balls. Yes, it's a bit. Yes, I know it's cheating, but you know, I wasn't trying to. To be perfectly fair, I wasn't expecting to get so many Pokemon with Master Balls. And Peony ends up giving you one. Peony ends up giving you one. So I got an extra one. So I ended up using the Master Balls on the legendary birds. Because I didn't think they were because they were roaming. And I hate roaming legendaries. Because they were roaming, I honestly thought they were just going to run away from you once you encountered them. So my instinct was just to throw the Master Balls at them. But no. I watched other people's playthroughs of this. They only run away from you, but once you catch them, they battle you. So I didn't need to waste them, but I did anyway. Well, I guess it's good to use them anyway. So after I did the Legendary Tree or the Legendary 3, well, I didn't get Articuno for a while, but I did eventually catch him, as I said. I went on to do the Legendary Titans. I called them Giants because I thought they were Giants, but they were called the Legendary Titans. The Legendary Titans, Regirock, Regice, Registeel. I did accidentally overrun my episode because I did say I was going to stop it at a certain point. But I accidentally overran the episode, and I was battling Regieleki, the new Reggie, in that episode. And when I realized that I was going on a bit too long, even though I said I was going to end the video. So I had to pretty much stop halfway through and just start up another video. And yeah, it was pretty much the Regieleki a battle in the video was actually the shortest episode, and I finished everything. And I also did I did like 2 bonus episodes. One is where you go back to Galar. Leon, the former champion, calls you and he asks you to come to the Wyndham Stadium to do the Galarian Star Tournament, where you can team up with anybody. You can team up with anybody you want. And because you were going through, and because you were battling all the gym leaders and your rivals, I was very excited because I was like, oh, I get to team up with my favorite character in the game. You know, I was very excited. I wanted to team up with Nessa, my favorite character in the game. But my poor heart was shattered. My poor heart was shattered when I asked her to be my partner. She said she was already taken by somebody else. My poor heart was shattered, and I had to team up with someone else. I ended up teaming up with, I think I ended up teaming up with Marnie. I think I ended up teaming up with her instead. But, yeah, my poor heart was shattered. I couldn't get to team up with my favorite character. But, hey, there's always next time. There's always next time. But, yeah, I did the Galarian Star Tournament, and they were promoting this as the hardest challenge of all time. They were the hardest challenge ever. I think that's what they called it. Hardest challenge my ass. I did it pretty easily. I did it with little to no issues. So, yeah, hardest challenge. Yeah, that was a bit underwhelming in my opinion. And then the final thing I did was the Swords of Justice. Now, there are footsteps. There are these footsteps that you see on the floor. They're very hard to see. But if you manage to find all these footsteps, you'll be able to find Cobalion, Verizon, and Terrakion. once you catch those 3, and you gotta go back to Sonia. I didn't do this immediately because I completely was not aware of this. I was told that the 4th Swords of Justice Caldio could be caught, and I didn't think for 1 second I had to go back to Sonia and have her show her the Cobalion, Verizon, and Trachean. I went straight away to do it. And I was foolish to think, and I was foolish. I was stupid. I didn't think to go back. Later, I did think to go back to talk to Sonia, and then when I did it again, I was able to find it. So what do you gotta do? You gotta cook a curry. Yep, that's how you make Caldio spawn. You gotta go to a place on an island. You gotta go to an island where there's like a little stirring pot. You gotta go to where there's a pot. There's like an island where there's like a little pot. You gotta make curry, and then Caldio will spawn, and then you'll be able to catch Caldio. So, yeah, that was pretty much everything. And because I had the online now, I was able to catch Spirit Tube. That's another rare one as well. And yeah, I pretty much completed the Crown Tundra at that point. And I did manage to figure out how to get Articuno. The little pattern that Articuno did in that video where I found him, he's basically trying to tell you which one. It's basically guess the real Articuno. I obviously didn't know that. So when I was able to figure out what I was meant to do, I was able to catch it. So I was able to catch Articuno. It is a shame I didn't show it on camera, but I did manage to find it. I mean, like, what would have been the point? I would have just thrown the Master Ball at it. So it would have been like a really short episode. But that's why I didn't bother. But I did catch it. Maybe I should just take a picture so that way you guys can see evidence that I did catch it. But anyway, yeah, that was the Crown Tundra. What did I think of it? It was definitely my favorite episode. I did like this more than the Island of Armor, like I expected. Were there any things that I didn't like? Outside of the disappointment of the Galarian Star Tournament when they dubbed it as the most toughest challenge ever, I didn't like that very much. I thought that was a bit underwhelming. Other than that, really nothing else. I really did enjoy pretty much most of it. Oh, and by the way, my very first encounter. I should get this out of the way now. If you guys did see the video, you would know. My very first encounter in the Crown Tundra, walked into the grass, I found I saw like a Swablu. Swablu was my very first encounter, and it was a shiny. No joke. First Pokemon I saw, shiny. That had to be the most craziest thing I've ever seen. That was just insanely crazy and insanely lucky. So yeah, that was that. So again, my opinions. I enjoyed the episode. I did enjoy it. The DLC was a lot of fun. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot more than the Island of Armor. I still think Pokemon Sword and Shield are definitely one of the best Pokemon games out there, despite the National Dex issues that everyone was moaning about. But I feel like these DLCs helped that. I feel like these DLCs pretty much silenced the whole National Dex problem. I know there's still going to be people complaining about it, but I feel like the DLCs made up for the whole National Dex issue, and I feel like it was more satisfying that way. And I'm very excited for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon as well, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to do for the 25th anniversary, and I'll definitely be here on this channel talking about it when that time comes. So yeah, there you go. There's my opinions on the Crown Tundra. I really did enjoy it, and I liked it a lot. Thank you all so much for joining me for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that thumbs up. Comment your thoughts down below. And also be sure to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time.